Hi, today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of how to hold your breath for 4 minutes. And just to make it a little more interesting, I'm going to have I've got my little handy dandy chest strap on so that we can monitor heart rate and also heart rate variability for anybody who's into that. The technique I'm using is the David Blaine technique. It's a little different from the Wim Hof, and for reasons that I'll go into in a second. But first, I need to emphasize that you cannot do this anywhere near water. The reason being that you don't feel an oxygen shortage, you feel CO2 buildup. And so if you try to do this underwater, you could run out of oxygen completely unawares. There's been several incidents of people, it's called shallow water blackout, where basically you're swimming underwater and you black out and you die, unless there's somebody there to pull you out. So don't do this unless you have close supervision. Don't do it underwater while operating heavy machinery, etc. In this version, I'm not going to make you suffer through the whole process with me. I've sped the video up just so you can see it. However, if you want to see the full version and follow along, perhaps it's right here. Check it out. So without further ado, here we go. Take a breath, hold it for 2 seconds, and then blow it out in a hissing sound over 10 seconds. And we're going to repeat this for 1.5 minutes. So we get 12-second marks. So we inhale for 2 seconds, hold, exhale for 10. Now I'm going to speed the video up. Now at the end of this, we're going to start 1 minute and 15 seconds of hyperventilating, basically inhaling and then blowing hard. And as before, I'm going to go through this quickly. At the end of 1:15, take a big breath and you hold it. And you go for 1.5 minutes. You may be able to go for longer than that, but you don't want to. At the end of 1.5 minutes, you stop. Okay, now we repeat the inhale and hiss it out for 3 recovery breaths. Then inhale, hold, and then hiss out for 10 seconds. You do this for another 1.5 minutes. Then we're going to do the hyperventilating for 1.5 minutes. Ready? And here we go. My pulse normally isn't as high as 120. I guess I was nervous for the video. And then at the end of this, you take your last few breaths and you hold. This time you go for 2.5 minutes. Even if you can go longer, you stop at 2.5 minutes. And you'll be surprised that you're probably able to do 2.5 minutes. If not, keep practicing. Okay, now we repeat it a third time. Inhale, well, you take 3 recovery breaths, and then inhale, hold, and you hiss it out for 10 seconds. And we do that process for 2 minutes this time. And then we will do 1 minute and 45 seconds of the hyperventilating purge. And again, there's another video where you can actually do this along with me if you so choose. So you do this for 1 minute and 45 seconds, at the end of which you take your last few breaths, take a big breath, hold it in, and hold it for as long as you can. Now, this method, the David Blaine method, is different from the Wim Hof method in that we're ending with a full breath of air. Wim Hof, you're not going for a breath holding record, so you exhale your air. This one, you hold it in for as long as you can, and even if you feel tempted to let it sputter out, keep it in as much as you can. Towards the end, you'll see me kind of struggling to fight. Keep it in, it's a little embarrassing actually. And then we hit the end. Past the 4-minute mark, blow it out. You can feel the blood coming back to your fingers and toes and extremities and all of that. And that's it. And that's it.